I'm Jeremiah McKinnon. This is NEC News Today. Here now are the top cannabis news stories from around New England for the third week of November, 2022. This week, United States Representative Ayanna Pressley spoke out during a congressional hearing about the need for the future of cannabis legalization to center around equity. The House Subcommittee on Civil Rights and Civil Liberties held a meeting on the developments in state cannabis laws and the bipartisan cannabis reforms at the federal level. Massachusetts Representative Ayanna Pressley, the only member of the subcommittee representing New England constituents, spoke during the hearing about the need for future cannabis policy to focus on equity. The Congresswoman noted that the nationwide war on drugs led to mass incarceration, which had a devastating impact on Black and Brown communities. With less than 2% of businesses in the cannabis industry owned and operated by Black entrepreneurs today, Rep. Pressley says that the future of cannabis policy needs to ensure that individuals harmed by the war on drugs are those who stand to benefit. Multiple bills have been introduced in Congress that seek to reform federal cannabis law and remove marijuana from the Controlled Substances Act, including the MORE Act and the States Reform Act. For more information on this story, please visit our website. This past Monday, the Connecticut Social Equity Council met to discuss a number of topics, including the state's low-interest cannabis loan program. A number of published reports say that $50 million in funding approved by the legislature is becoming available for social equity applicants to start their cannabis businesses. During Monday's meeting, the board voted to approve an interest rate for these loans that will range between 6% and 9%, depending on the applicant. The Social Equity Council is also working with Oaksterdam University to establish an accelerator program. The goal of the accelerator program is to help individuals learn the business of cannabis, craft a viable business plan, and find funding opportunities. Equity applicants that participate in the upcoming accelerator program can also qualify for a 1.5% reduction on the interest rate for their loans. For more information on the loan fund, please visit our website. This week, the new headliner pre-rolls from Ethos in Massachusetts caught my attention, so I thought I'd try it out and let you know my thoughts. I grabbed their indica variety headliner pre-roll, which represents the Grape Cream Cake strain. This 1-gram joint packed a punch with its recent test date. The headliner was definitely a great way to light up. For the full review, including photos, please visit necnewstoday.com. Rhode Island's latest medical marijuana dispensary has announced their plans to open on November 21st. The Mother Earth Wellness Dispensary is located at 125 Eston Avenue in Pawtucket. The business was awarded a medical marijuana license by the Department of Business Regulation back in April after being the only qualified applicant in the state's lottery for the region. With the opening of Mother Earth Wellness, medical marijuana patients in Rhode Island now have 6 different compassion centers to choose from. Rhode Island started the year with only 3 medical marijuana dispensaries. In October, Rhode Island opened the application process for hybrid cannabis licenses. According to reporting from WPRI, the Department of Business Regulation has not issued any hybrid licenses yet, but confirms that 5 facilities have submitted an application. A hybrid license gives medical marijuana dispensaries the ability to sell recreational marijuana, which could start as soon as December 1st. For more information on this new store opening, please visit necnewstoday.com. Maine's former Director of Cannabis Policy has announced the formation of his own consulting firm. Eric Gundersen, who left Maine's Office of Cannabis Policy back in October, has announced the launch of a new consulting firm. ERG Strategies is ready and able to advise government agencies and national clients that operate in the cannabis space. Gundersen was a key player in implementing the rules and procedures that established Maine's adult-use cannabis industry. Prior to being appointed by Governor Mills to help run the Office of Marijuana Policy, Gundersen worked in the legislature as a senior policy advisor to Maine's House Speaker. ERG Strategies hopes to use Gundersen's expertise to help create equitable and responsible cannabis markets across the country. The company says that they can assist cannabis regulators with policy and rule development, planning, execution, and implementation. In Rhode Island, a district court judge denied a cannabis research group's lawsuit against the DEA. MMJ Biopharma Cultivation, Inc. is facing another setback after a Rhode Island judge dismissed their lawsuit against the DEA. The company sued the DEA back in April, claiming that the agency had delayed the issuance of their permit as an importer and bulk manufacturer of marijuana for research purposes. Company representatives have said that these delays are preventing them from moving forward with their plan to formulate therapies for individuals with multiple sclerosis and Huntington's disease. The case was ultimately dismissed because of a lack of subject matter jurisdiction. In a statement to Law 360, the president of MMJ Biopharma Cultivation says that conversations between the company and the DEA are ongoing. In Old Saybrook, Connecticut, Fettle is appealing the local zoning board's denial of their proposed recreational dispensary. A few weeks ago, the town of Old Saybrook denied a proposal from a Connecticut cannabis company to open a recreational dispensary in town. The company is now fighting back with an appeal in Superior Court. Officials voted 3 opposed, 2 in favor to deny Fettle's proposal to locate at 233 Boston Post Road. At the time, concerns centered mostly around the potential for traffic, whether parking is adequate, and if the business could handle the demand. The police chief had also warned that the smell of marijuana would fill the air. According to reporting from CT Examiner, the company says in its complaint that claims made by the Zoning Commission were not backed up by evidence. Without this evidence, Fettle says that the denial was arbitrary and an abuse of the Zoning Commission's discretion. Last but not least this week, the marijuana expungement process in Massachusetts has changed for the better. The chances of getting your record expunged in Massachusetts for marijuana offenses are a lot greater now that changes in state law have taken effect. Lawmakers added new language to the Commonwealth's cannabis law that directs courts to expunge certain cannabis offenses. The update comes after the Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court had to reverse the decision of a lower court judge that improperly denied a man's cannabis expungement request. According to an I-Team investigation from CBS Boston, numbers obtained from the Massachusetts Probation Service show that over the past year, 73% of requests to expunge records were denied. State law now requires that courts order expungement within 30 days of petition if the amount of marijuana in the underlying offense is now decriminalized. A new form specifically for cannabis expungement is now available online as of November 8th. For more information on obtaining this form, please visit our website. For the absolute latest New England Cannabis News, head on over to necnewstoday.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video. Subscribe to NEC News Today for more great content and hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode of the show. For New England Cannabis News Today, this is Jeremiah McKinnon reminding you to always use cannabis responsibly and to enjoy your cannabis-filled adventures throughout New England.